The Grizzlies look to take charge at the FedEx Forum, and we're going to bring it to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. For the Memphis Grizzlies, they won their last contest, that game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
All right, ready to go?
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put
Here's Conley. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Allen outside. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
The shot's good from Maverick.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Randolph, a screen on Lowry. Conley kicks to Randolph. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Their shooting percentage in that game was ridiculous. I mean, they created a lot of good looks for themselves, and you could see they were in rhythm and just continued to knock them down.
And, guys, I thought the key was simply getting that ball side to side, reversing it, keeping pressure on the defense. That really opened up the court for them, and I think that's why they got so many good shots. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
That's good.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
The shot's good from Maverick.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I had a chance to catch up with Dave Yeager, and he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Stevenson with it. Lowry picks him up. Here's Conley. Biombo with the block. And they're able to recover. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lowry passes to Maverick. Outside DeRozan. Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Stevenson. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Well, if you really want to make things hard on yourself, that's exactly how to do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
They're not doing themselves any favors at this point. They've got to stabilize their offense with just sound execution.
And here is Conley. Lets a floater go. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Grizzlies lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And power forward Patrick Patterson getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro. Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
Yeah, Velcro valutility, I call him, the kind of guy.
Group here. Marcus All's checked in for Wright. Randolph comes in for Jones. Tony Allen's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Mike Conley in for Donald Sloan. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. And it's Hairston into the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Raptors?
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove. in this game.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
MyCareer's checked in for Toronto. Allen kicks to Conley. Here's Randolph. Can't get it to go. And Toronto will go the other way with it.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking.
Allen dishes to Randolph. Back to Allen. 6 to shoot. Conley inside the line. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, he surprised me with that move, but he just couldn't capitalize.
And it's Lowry penetrating.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
To the middle. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Lowry. And now a 12-point Raptor lead.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Randolph against Carroll. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Grizzlies have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. Free throw drops for Randolph. And Zach Randolph drops them both.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
Kicks it to Biyombo. And Lowry has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. Here's Ostrovsky. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Mavericks got the lead up to 12 now for Toronto. The Grizzlies have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Conley the pass to Randolph. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Oh, great move to get to the rack there against the guy who doesn't really just have the strength to be able to keep him away from the rim.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Had a success rate from the line last year of about 78%. You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
The Raptors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That's good from Maverick.
Some good numbers there for Maverick. He's got 8 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
The free throw is good from Maverick.
Yeah, a nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Randolph a screen on Lowry. And it's Conley penetrating. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Conley's got 8 points. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. They set the pick. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And the first half is now in the books. Toronto ahead, up by 12. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's...
we begin the second half. First half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Gasol. Jones comes in for Zach Randolph. Lance Stevenson's checked in for P.J. Hairston, and Donald Sloan subbed in for Tony Allen. So for Toronto right now, Ostrovsky in at small forward. Bismack Biyombo is out there with MyCareer. Then it's Corey Joseph, and it's Powell in at the 2.
I love the offensive execution on that possession.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks was just a man on a mission. He ended with 10 points, and he was able to dish out a few helpers to teammates as well. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
Yeah, the drive to the bucket was great, but the finger roll was even better.
Now, here's Joseph, covered by Conley. Carroll with a screen for Joseph. Passes to Maverick. Now the feed to Carroll. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
MyCareer at the line for 2.
And he makes the first. Allen's checked in for Donald Sloan. And Toronto also making a switch. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Powell. Carroll hits them both.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
Screen by Jones. In the corner, it's Stevenson. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. Third team foul.
Conley kicks to Jones. To the inside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Terrence Jones. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe.
Boy, a perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Joseph dishes to Carroll. Pass to Maverick. With 2 seconds left.
Raptors foul. 5th team foul. His first personal foul.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Raptors lead by 19. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here.
Not even a little bit. Oh, Lord.
Group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Gasol. Terrence Jones comes in for Hairston. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Allen. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Mike Conley. We've got Lance Stevenson. Jones is out there with Zach Randolph. Then it's Brandon Wright, and it's Sloan in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no line in those totals.
Pass to Jones. Screen by Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. High post shot. Stevenson can't hit.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Raptors.
Fewer miscues made the difference, Clark.
Yeah, I thought the fact they minimized their turnovers was huge. It was a terrific all-around effort.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And guys, being in opposite conferences, these teams only meet twice a year. And when it's been a while since you've seen a team like this, it always feels good to take the first game of the season series. And that's exactly what's taking place here tonight against the Grizzlies.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Valanciunas. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Move the ball.
There's the pass to Maverick. He feeds it to Biyombo. Carroll kicks to Powell. Here's Maverick. And that one's good.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care.